You know, Eddie, glad we've talked an awful lot about John Lewis over the past year, his passing, but also his fight for voting rights, not only in the 60s, but also in 2018, 2019, and until the end of his life. Sadly, it's not surprising if you look at the votes that Donald Trump said he wanted to stop last night. It's predominantly, overwhelmingly black voters. It was black voters in Milwaukee County. It was black voters in Detroit and Wayne County. It's black voters in Philadelphia. And it's black voters overwhelmingly in the metro Atlanta area. None of this, as I understand, a lot of people are shocked and stunned, and deeply saddened and surprised. But Eddie, we saw a lot of this coming. And as far as the red mirage, and I guess nobody should be surprised that Donald Trump early this morning talked about trying to disenfranchise millions and millions of black voters and to throw away their votes before they get a chance to be counted.
You know, you're absolutely right, Joe. So two things really quickly. One is that if Joe Biden wins the White House, it will be because of those black voters in places like Detroit, in places like Philadelphia, in places like Atlanta and the surrounding areas. And so that's the first thing. And the second thing is that you're absolutely right in describing what Donald Trump tried to do last night, which leads me to this question. What are people voting for when they vote for it? Right? What are we voting for? What are these folk voting for? Right? And what this is really part going to Mike Barnicle's point and Claire's point. We have to understand that what Donald Trump planned, what the campaign planned to do all along was to expand his base. And we were wondering, how was he going to add those numbers? And what he did is that he appealed to those white voters who were disaffected. Those white voters who appealed to grievance and hatred and resentment. And the numbers show it. So the Democrats may win the White House, but we see what's happening at the congressional level, at the Senate, right? So part of what we have to do, and I think Mike Steele was reaching for this in the earlier block, is to kind of name what we are experiencing in this country and what we are seeing very carefully, Joe, even with the Hispanic vote. Because Hispanic vote, let me just say this really quickly. The Hispanic vote, we've been talking about, we need to read it more complexly, that it's ethnically differentiated, but it's also racially differentiated, Joe. And so we have to deal with the fact that race continues to confound this democracy. It is the original sin, and it continues to haunt us in this moment.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.